Diplomat's Archives, Hidden Stories. This is the 24th story. Every year on the 15th day of the 8th lunar month, Koreans celebrate Chuseok, often referred to as Korean Thanksgiving Day. Chuseok is a holiday to express gratitude and honor towards one's ancestors while sharing the abundant harvest. Every year around this time, people make wishes and pray for each other's well-being under the bright full moon. But around the same time as Chuseok, there is another country that celebrates its own grand festival. It's Ethiopia.
I'm 데씨달케두카모, and I'm ambassador of Ethiopia to Republic of Korea. I would like to extend my greetings and best wishes for Korean Chuseok Day. And around this, the same season, we Ethiopians have a very important festival or festivity that is Meskel. And Meskel is one of the most important and colorful religious festival in Ethiopia.
On September 27th or September 28th in a leap year, Ethiopia celebrates Meskel, one of the most important feast days of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. It's also one of the nation's biggest public holidays. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church, based in Ethiopia, is one of the major branches of Christianity, belonging to the Oriental Orthodox tradition. In 451, at Chalcedon, a city located near modern-day Istanbul, Turkey, an ecumenical council was held. The bishops gathered there proclaimed the Chalcedonian Creed, which stated that Jesus was both fully human and fully divine. But not all bishops accepted the creed. Those who rejected it went on to form their own theological traditions, later becoming known collectively as the Oriental Orthodox Communion. Today, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church is part of the Oriental Orthodox Communion, together with the Coptic, Eritrean, Syriac, Armenian Apostolic, and Malankara Orthodox Syrian churches. According to Ethiopia's 2007 national census, followers of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church make up about 44% of the country's total population. Meskel, one of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church's most important feast days. But what does this day actually commemorate?
Primarily, this festival is associated with Ethiopian Orthodox Church, and it celebrates about the finding of the true cross where Jesus was crucified.
Tradition holds that the true cross was discovered by Saint Helena, the mother of Emperor Constantine, who legalized Christianity in the Roman Empire. Around the year 326, Helena made a pilgrimage to the Holy Land in the region of today's Israel and Palestine. During her pilgrimage, she built several churches, including the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. It is said that in the process of building this church, Helena discovered the true cross, the very cross of Christ's crucifixion.
Actually, it is believed that the Meskel celebration started in the 4th century, following the adoption of Christianity as a state religion. We can say that it's a practice, the old practice, almost that accounted about 1,600 years ago. It's not a recent practice, a very ancient old practice, because Ethiopians' history goes back very ancient times, ancient civilization, and customs and adoption of Christianity.
Meskel began as a religious tradition, but today it has grown into a nationwide festival celebrated by Ethiopians of all backgrounds.
We can say that it's a celebrity which has religious origin and through time which became a widely celebrated festival in Ethiopia, including non-Orthodox Christian as well as non-Christians.
On Sunday, September 28th, our team traveled to Chuncheon. Located about an hour and a half's drive from Seoul, Chuncheon is famous for its natural beauty, its rivers, lakes, and scenic landscapes. But why did we come to Chuncheon today? Today, the Meskel Festival will be held here, with many Ethiopians living in Korea coming together to celebrate. That's right. First held in Korea in 2011, the Meskel Festival has been celebrated every year since then in Chuncheon. This year marked its 15th anniversary. Today, in Diplomat's archives, Hidden Stories, we take a look at the Ethiopian Meskel Festival held annually in Chuncheon, Korea.
The Meskel Festival in Korea at Chuncheon is a very, very colorful and magnificent activity for Ethiopians. It's not only initiated by Ethiopian diaspora in Korea, The Chuncheon's Meskel Festival is primarily owned by the Chuncheon city and organized people there. So the celebrity is already owned by the Korean people living around the Chuncheon and accept as a very open cultural festival, and they wish to have that festival every September 27 and around that day. So we can say that the Chuncheon's festival made Koreans to connect with the Ethiopian, to know the Ethiopian culture, and to share the happiness together.
But why is the Meskel Festival held every year in Chuncheon among other places? The answer is closely tied to this very place you're looking at right now. This place is called Ethiopia벳.
저는 이디오피아벳 대표 조수경입니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 사단법인 이디오피아벳의 이사장 차다비드라고 합니다. 반갑습니다.
Ethiopia벳, a cultural center and cafe, is run by Chuseok and David Cha, a husband and wife team who both serve as honorary ambassadors for Ethiopia. Last year, they established an organization called Ethiopia벳 Association and have been carrying out various initiatives to strengthen cooperation between Korea and Ethiopia. And it is this very couple who organize the annual Meskel Festival held here in Chuncheon. To understand why this couple began hosting the Meskel Festival here in Chuncheon, we first need to learn the story behind the founding of Ethiopia벳 itself. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary cafe, but hidden within its walls is an extraordinary story about its origins.
6.25 때 그 황제가 하이살레세 황제가 근위병을 파병하셨어요. 그러시면서 가거라. 너희들이 멀쩡히 돌아온다면 너희들을 용서치 않으리라 하고 파병으로 보내셨는데 너무 용맹하게 싸우셔서 한 명의 포로도 없이 그렇게 전쟁을 치러 주셨고 전쟁이 끝난 다음에도 고아원을 운영하시면서 우리를 돌봐주시고 본국으로 돌아가셨어요. 그래서 거기에 대한 감사함으로 우리 집안의 삼촌들하고가 너무 감사해서 탑을 기념비를 세웠으면 어떡하겠나 돌아가신 분을 위해서 그래서 탑을 설립을 하셨어요.
On June 25, 1950, the Korean War broke out. In response, 16 nations sent combat troops to aid South Korea, and 6 nations dispatched medical units. Ethiopia was one of the countries that sent combat forces. Emperor Haile Selassie sent the Gangwon Battalion, an elite unit drawn from the Imperial Guard, to Korea, joining the United Nations effort to defend South Korea. In Amharic, Gangwon means to bring order out of chaos. During the Korean War, the Ethiopian forces took part in a total of 253 battles around Chuncheon in areas such as Hwacheon, Cheoron, Yanggu, and Gapyeong. A total of 121 soldiers were killed and 536 were wounded. But no Ethiopian soldier was ever taken prisoner. In other words, not one ever surrendered. The parents and uncles of Chuseok, the owner of EthiopiaBet, were deeply moved by the courage and sacrifice of the Ethiopian soldiers. They led efforts to erect a memorial for Ethiopian veterans in Chuncheon.
그래서 탑을 설립을 하셨어요. 하셔서 본국에다 얘기를 했더니 황제가 너무 감사하다고 전용기를 타시고 오신 거예요. 그래서 지금 이 자리에 텐트를 치시고 앉아서 너무 감사하다고 인사하시면서 문화원 같은 집이 하나 있었으면 좋겠다라고 말씀하셨는데 어머님, 아버님이 그때 당시에 교편을 잡고 계셨어요. 그래서 그러면 우리가 부부가 이거 문화원을 설립해서 감사함에 보답하면 어떻게 하겠느냐 했을 때 너무 집안에서 반대를 하셨는데도 신의라는 말을 저버릴 수는 없다 하셔서 이거를 사비로 지신 집이 이디오피아벳입니다. 황제가 이디오피아벳, 그러니까 이디오피아 말로 이디오피아 집이다. 여기는 그래서 이름을 명명해 주셨고, 그래서 어머님 아버님 설립하셨고, 그 다음에 2대째 제가 지금 맡아서 한 지가 20년째입니다.
Honoring Emperor Haile Selassie's wishes, Cho's parents went on to establish EthiopiaBet, a cultural center dedicated to Ethiopia in Chuncheon. From then until today, EthiopiaBet has become much more than just a coffee shop. It has served as a bridge between Korea and Ethiopia, introducing Ethiopian culture to Koreans and nurturing the friendship between the two nations.
This Ethiopian bed, or Ethiopian house, or Ethiopia coffee house, is a long-aged house since 1968. It has been operating as one of the cultural center for Ethiopian. It's not only coffee house. We can say that Ethiopian bed has been demonstrating and showcasing Ethiopian cultural significance, and it has been connecting Ethiopian to that of the Koreans, and also it has been playing a significant role to showcase the best quality Ethiopian coffee to Koreans.
Since its opening in 1968, EthiopiaBet has never once closed its doors.
황제하고 약속하셨을 때 100년 동안 커피 향이 안 나는 날이 없게끔 약속을 하겠다 해서 저희가 57년 동안 하루도 문을 닫지 못했습니다. 그리고 아버님 돌아가셨을 때도 그 유언이 문 닫지 마라 해서 제가 상복을 입고 오픈을 했어요. 신의 날 약속은 지키라고 있는 것이지 어기라고 있는 말은 아니라고 배웠습니다. 그래서 아버지는 그 100년 동안 내가 죽더라도 그래서 꼭 지켜야만 하는 일이고.
When people think of Ethiopia, coffee is often one of the first things that comes to mind. EthiopiaBet also holds the distinction of being Korea's very first specialty coffee roastery.
이디오피아는 커피로 가장 유명한 곳이고요. 그리고 커피가 처음 시작된 곳이기도 해서 행랑으로 하라르를 황제가 직접 보내셨어요. 처음에는. 어머님이 이디오피아를 알리는 데 대해서는 그 커피로 알리는 것이 가장 이상적이라고 생각을 하셨고, 저희 집 손님들이 오시면 황제하고 똑같은 대접을 받는다고 생각하시면 됩니다. G1을 저희가 수입하거든요. G1은 쌀 등급으로 얘기하면 1등급이라고 보시면 됩니다. 우리가 진상하듯이 제일 좋은 것만, 그러니까 일일이 핸드픽으로 로스팅해서 다 골라내서 그 다음에 담아서 그렇게, 그러니까 황제분이 드시는 것과 똑같이, 예, 그렇게 저는 20년을 고수해 온 것 같습니다. 아버지 때부터. 다른 거는 제가 할 줄 아는 게 하나도 없어요. 그러나 커피만큼은 제가 정말 자신 있습니다. 어디 내놔도 제가 부끄럽지 않은, 그리고 황제 앞에서 신의를 지켰습니다 라고 말할 수 있는 커피를 내놓을 수 있었습니다.
Near EthiopiaBet, there are also the Ethiopian Veterans Memorial and the Ethiopian Korean War Memorial Hall. Here, we could also see firsthand the deep bond between Korea and Ethiopia. From the entrance of the Ethiopian Memorial Hall, a 2.2-kilometer path runs along Gongjicheon Stream and Euyam Lake all the way to the Chuncheon Battle Memorial Peace Park. This route is now known as Ethiopia Road. For Ethiopians, the EthiopiaBet is considered a sacred site. Over the years, it has been visited by many Ethiopians, including presidents, prime ministers, and numerous other dignitaries.
이분들은 한국에 딱 도착을 하면 여기를 무조건 와야 되는 거예요. 참전명사 묘역이라고 하는 이 성지를 반드시 와요. 그 자기의 형제라고 생각을 하는 것 같아요. 그래서 와서 먼저 여기에 그 헌화를 하고 그리고 나서 자기 일을 보는 게 많습니다. 1시에 여기에 도착을 해도 점심을 안 먹어요. 먼저 헌화를 하고 그리고 점심을 먹습니다. 그게 아주 특별한 그런 계기인 것 같아요.
On the day we came to film at EthiopiaBet, we met several Ethiopians visiting from the United States. How did this place look through their eyes?
This thing, one, it documents history very well in a very articulated way, with picture, with simulation, with different things. And the history is maintained very well. One valuable thing, what gives this thing more meaning, this thing is built after 15 years of the end of the war, right? At that time, Korea may not be rich like today. So the Korean people built this place while they don't have enough resource. The other one, this place, in addition to valuing the soldiers who lost their life, who participated in that war, it promotes Ethiopian societies, Ethiopia's church, and it documented so many things. Honestly speaking, I didn't see any other place where Ethiopia's history, natural resource, religious things, communities are documented in this way. And the place where we are sitting now, it says EthiopiaBet, the house of Ethiopia. It symbolizes what it looks like.
Since its founding, EthiopiaBet has strengthened the friendship between Korea and Ethiopia and promoted exchange between the two nations. The Meskel Festival, first held here in 2011, was launched with this spirit in mind.
마스칼 축제는 이미 1600년 정도 되는 그런 긴 그런 역사를 갖고 있어요. 2011년에 저희가 이 앞에 길 이름을 정식 명칭으로 이디오피아 길로 개명을 했거든요. 그거 할 때 이제 이디오피아 분들이 많이 도와주셨고, 그걸 이디오피아 길이 됐다는 것을 기념하기 위해서 모두가 이제 마음을 합하는 그런 시간을 가졌으면 좋겠다 해서 찾아봤더니 그 메스칼 축제라는 것들이 이디오피아의 모든 고향 사람들을 묶어주는 그런 역할들을 하고 있더라고요. 그래서 2011년부터 전국에 들어와 있는 그 이디오피아 학생들, 교민들 이런 분들을 모아서 여기서 축제를 열게 됐습니다.
그게 1년 행사 중에서 가장 저희 집에서 뜻깊은 행사고 그러니까 이디오피아 집이니까 그네들이 항상 돌아와서 여기가 우리 집이야 할 수 있는, 그래서 추석 같은 행사거든요. 그거를 치를 수 있는 공간을 마련해 주면서 축제를 하게 되면 한국에 알리기도 하고 그네들이 고향같이 와서 다 만날 수 있고, 그런 공간을 내가 만들어 보자 해서 만들게 된 동기가 그렇습니다.
On September 28, 2025, the day of the Meskel Festival, our team arrived in Chuncheon to find Chuseok and David Cha, together with Ethiopian friends, busily preparing for the celebration. And by then, many Ethiopians from all over Korea had already gathered in Chuncheon. From children to adults, their appearance in traditional attire was truly impressive. Special Ethiopian traditional dishes were also prepared for this day.
This we call it injera. It's like a pancake, flat bread, and we use it to grab the stew. And as you see, the stew are prepared like that. So yeah, this is our traditional food.
Injera is Ethiopia's staple food. It is made from teff flour mixed with water, salt, and sometimes yeast, then left to ferment for a few days before being cooked.
This one, we make a little bit of modification because we don't have all the ingredients in Korea. So some portion is made from wheat flour, and we use rice flour also. And yeah.
Injera is usually eaten with a variety of wats. In Korea, you could think of wats as being similar to side dishes. It had been raining since the morning, and there were worries the turnout might be small. But those fears proved unfounded. A great number of Ethiopians gathered at Chuncheon's Ethiopia Road, filling it with life and celebration. Of course, the Ethiopian ambassador was also present. Before the Meskel Festival officially began, many of those gathered here shared Ethiopian dishes. Today's gathering is meaningful not only as a celebration of Meskel, but also as an occasion where Ethiopians living in Korea could come together in one place.
It has a lot of significances for the people. As you know, here in South Korea, the people are small in number and lived scattered in different parts of the country. So it is a rare case that they meet, they get together. So in this time, they use it as a good opportunity to come together and to ask each other and communicate each other, maybe relate themselves to their nation, to their background. So they exchange their experiences, their lives.
The Ethiopians gathered here greet one another and share news. Chuseok and David Cha of EthiopiaBet also actively engage with them, further strengthening the ties between Korea and Ethiopia.
또 작년 같은 경우에는 무용고자인 한 분이 돌아가셨어요. 저희 협회에서 그분을 장례를 노제를 여기서 지냈죠. 메스칼 기간 동안에 애도의 기간을 갖고 거기에서 모금한 그 돈으로 그 시신을 인천공항에서 이디오피아 열란을 통해 갖고 관제 다 본국까지 보냈습니다. 그런 것들도 있었고.
In the afternoon, the main ceremony celebrating Meskel began with prayers and religious songs.
ሰውነቱን ሊያድናት የሚወድ ይጣላት ስለኔ ሰውነቱን የጣላት ያገኛታል.
And the prayers offered during the ceremony mainly focus on venerating the true cross.
As primarily the festival is message and the background was that of the religious. It's commemorating the finding of a true cross. The second one is that of the togetherness, the coming of the people together. So during this celebrity, people come together to come from far and near, unite together and celebrate together. This is the second central spirit. And the other one is that of the hope and optimism for the future. So the people hope is, people aspire for the future and just wishing the best to come. So these all are about the spirits of the Meskel.
The Meskel Festival is a major celebration in Ethiopia. In December 2013, it was also inscribed on UNESCO's representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity. The festival is recognized not only as a religious ceremony, but also as an important event that strengthens the community spirit and cultural identity of the Ethiopian people. It may not be exactly the same as the Meskel Festival celebrated in Ethiopia, but holding the festival here in Chuncheon, a place meaningful to both Korea and Ethiopia, is also deeply significant for the Ethiopians in attendance.
I feel so good. It feels so good because when I am in my home, like in Ethiopia, I used to celebrate it, but now in Korea, when I see this, it feels like home, like, I'm very happy. This city is very, very important because every year we come, we celebrate Meskel, and there is Ethiopian coffee shop here, and there is a lot of history, and there is Ethiopian museum, so many histories. So it's very important.
에티오피아에서 머스컬 축제를 하는 대로 여기서 하게 돼서 너무 감사하는 기분을 갖게 됐습니다. 두 번째 집이라고 생각해요. 나는 개인적으로 아마 다들 그렇게 생각해요. 왜냐하면은 우리 강요 군인들도 그때 1950년대 그때 전쟁 있었을 때 일어났을 때 에티오피아에서 온 강요들도 여기서 전쟁을 했으니까 우리 아버님들의 역사가 여기 남아 있어서 그렇게 깊게 생각하고 집으로 생각하는 것입니다.
And finally, the highlight of the Meskel Festival. It's time for the Demera ceremony. It is a ritual in which a large bonfire is lit. The origin of the Demera ceremony is said to trace back to a dream of Saint Helena. In her dream, she received a revelation. If you light a bonfire, the smoke will reveal the place where the true cross is buried. When she awoke and set fire to a great pile of wood, the smoke rose high into the sky and then descended, pointing to the very spot where the cross lay hidden. Today, in the Demera ceremony, fire symbolizes light, hope, and the discovery of the Holy Cross. Lighting the fire also represents the cleansing of sins and the unity of the community. Through the Demera ceremony, those who gathered here in Chuncheon were united as one.
The Chuncheon Meskel Festival is really one of the important festival for Ethiopians living in Korea. It serves as a bridge making, bridging the Ethiopians living in different provinces and working in different areas to come together and find their old friends as well as to make new friends. It gives a great opportunity, So they joyfully celebrate and come together, and everybody plans to meet during this event. There is schedule that nobody misses this one as far as safe. Everybody comes and enjoys there. So it gives a good opportunity to them to unite with the friends, and also gives a good opportunity to showcase their cultural heritage there.
During the annual Meskel Festival, EthiopiaBet also collects donations and goods to send to Ethiopia. And it plans to continue holding the Meskel Festival in the future. In addition, it says it will make even greater efforts to bring Korea and Ethiopia closer together.
저분들에 대한 은혜를 어떻게 갚을까? 그런데 누군가는 그 감사의 끈이 끝없이 이어져 와야 되는데 이디오피아 집이라는 것이 이렇게 생겼고 또 그동안에 몇십 년 동안 이디오피아라는 이름을 달고 여기까지 왔는데 우리만이라도 이 감사의 끈을 놓지 말자. 그래서 이디오피아에 좀 더 집중을 하게 됐고요. 또 이디오피아는 아프리카의 종주국이라고 얘기할 수 있고 수도 아디스아바바는 이디오피아의 허브라고 생각하면 됩니다. 그분들을 우리나라에 좀 더 편성을 시켜가지고 서로 양국이 기술이나 인력이나 또 지하 자원이나 이런 것들이 윈윈할 수 있는 그런 시간들이 많이 왔으면 좋겠습니다.
앞에 보면 우리 아버님 사진이 있어요, 입구에. 그래서 커피를 이제 한 잔씩 드리면서 나는 신의를 지키고 있습니다. 제가 이제
75 years ago, Korea and Ethiopia first established their connection during the Korean War. Today, that bond continues to grow stronger through the Meskel Festival.
I hope that Chuncheon Meskel Festival continue to serving as a bridge between Ethiopia and Korea in different ways, as I mentioned, demonstrating the cultural relationship, people-to-people relationship. Most importantly, this bridge will upgrade to the economic exchange and also training and education, supporting many young students to come and study around the Chuncheon city and over all other universities in Korea. So I hope that the Chuncheon celebrity, Meskel celebrity, and also the Chuncheon city as a general will continue serving as a bridge between these two countries and strengthen our relationship.
EthiopiaBet, founded to honor the trust and loyalty toward Ethiopia, and the Meskel Festival that began here. On this foundation, we hope that the relationship between the two countries will continue to grow and remain strong.